I'm Bridget. Thank you for joining me today. Whether you're new here or you've been around since the very beginning, I truly appreciate you coming by and spending some time with me. If you're looking for me anywhere else on the internet, you can find me at my Instagram or Facebook. Facebook is a group page. Both are Queenscrafts by Bridget. If you do want to join the group, just a few simple questions, very non-invasive, I promise. And you need to agree to the rules, and you will be admitted to the group straight away. I also have an email address, queenscraftsbybridget@yahoo.com, and a website, which is queenscraftsbybridget.com. I don't have any cauldron names for you today. I am going to start doing those community post. I'm going to give each video about a week. So therefore, when you comment, I give you a week to make sure you've seen that video. I'll go through and write down the names. And that person or the people that get chose will be put in the community post. In the beginning of the month, we will draw a winner as always. Now, the only time this is going to change, obviously, is if I do a video, say, on the 30th, and there's 31 days in the month. I'll just go ahead and do those names right away. And if there's extra people afterwards, maybe I can do another redraw on that one. We'll work it out somehow, something like that. At least 3 people are going to go into the cauldron from every single video. Now, today's video is just Frantic Friday. And in Frantic Friday, how we're going to do this from now on is a weekly recap of what I've been working on throughout the week. Now, I do have a small video that will be put on the end of this that you can see some of the progress outside in the herb bed and what I've been doing outside. Thought you guys would enjoy seeing that. As well as I have finally decided what I'm going to do when I finally hit 3K and make the king pay out, as he has promised to give me a shopping spree when we hit 3K, and also again when we hit 5K. So share me out so that we can do this. What I'm planning to do is I'm going to buy a build your own pond kit, and with the channel we will put the pond in together, and then after that I am going to purchase some yarn. I'm going to dye that yarn and do a massive giveaway of hand-dyed yarn for you guys with what's left over after we buy the pond. So share me out and make sure, if you haven't subscribed already, to go ahead and subscribe. Now, things that I have done inside. Well, this week I made Charizard. I also made Squirtle. I bought some more patterns. I made a Gamecock mascot. I worked on a couple secret projects, which the secret part implies that I can't tell you about them right now. You will see them later, I promise. One of which I can tell you is I am participating in the Decade Divas this year. So one of those projects will be shown when the Decade Divas releases. I just need to get it done. So I've been starting on that. And the other one is something else that you guys will get to see in the future. I hope that you caught my Pokeball video yesterday. I do plan on making a Pokemon ball every single week until I get all 25 done. If you want to join me, I'd greatly appreciate it. But if you don't want to and you just want to watch the videos, that's all right as well. Now, I did buy one thing for the king this week, and I've been working on that. I had to stop last night because I didn't know what style of sails he wanted on his ship, whether he wanted the blowing sails that are pushing the ship across the water, or if he wanted the long, straight sails. He decided that he wanted the sails that look like they're blowing, so I'm going to get those put on hopefully tonight, but I can show you the ship as it sits so far. Now, this is a wooden 3D puzzle, obviously. It's actually rather 4-dimensional. But you can see right there, there is details going down into the ship. See, we had a choice between, let me put that down. We had a choice between these type sails, which both options, the front two sails are these type, or these type sails, which will bend and hook here and look like they're blowing the ship across the water. He did decide he wanted these ones. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint and or stain this, but it was fun to put together. I did enjoy it. I might throw some paint on it because it really wouldn't be hard to do. It would take a good bit of time, but that's okay. I enjoy tinkering with these kinds of things. And it, let's turn that around. Go. There's a little slot right there that it lines up, and it sits on the ocean waves. There we go. We don't want that to fall. Now, let's see what else. Oh, I meant to show you guys this a while back. I did not do this week, but I finally found it because I was doing some cleaning in here. Question mark. Because this room's, oh my goodness, it looks like a bomb went off in here. My creative space is very, very chaotic. But I made some soap for the king and I a while back, and I finally made some for me, and the king had got me a mold, and I finally used it, and so I wanted to show you guys, but I had dropped it and I couldn't find it. So, I don't know. There we go. Can you see there's a little witch, and then right here is a kitty cat, and she has her broom. And of course, right behind her here is a moon. It smells lovely, although there are no artificial scents in it. It is a shea butter soap bar with no scents and no dyes, because I am a sensitive lady. I've also done a little bit of knitting on my sock this week. Not enough to be impressive. And I worked on the King's Gamecock blanket. That's all I've gotten done this week. But I have been frantically doing it all. I hope that you guys enjoy these videos and catching up with me on what I've been doing in and out of the craft room. This next week, I'm going to be putting some more seeds in the ground, as well as getting some seedlings in the ground. And as soon as there's some progress there, I'll probably come back and do an update video with you guys, maybe in a week or two. I did have some volunteer squash from last year's squash start growing out in the backyard, so I have decided to let that go. There's about 4 or 5 plants, and they are already about this tall and starting to spread out. I even think I seen a bloom on one of them. So hopefully, fairly soon, we'll start seeing some squash, and I don't know what kind of squash is growing there. There was 2 kinds of squash planted by Tiny last year that were growing out there, so I'm not sure which one decided to plant itself for this year's growing season, but I am thankful that it did so. Volunteer plants are wonderful. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I have some patterns to print and folders to get all organized, because I have some Pokemon patterns in this binder, some Pokemon patterns in this binder, other amigurumis in this binder. It is a maddening, crazy search every time I need to find a specific pattern, so I need to get those books organized and get on the outside of them what is in those specific binders, so that I can find my patterns a lot easier. Until next time, I truly hope that you are crafting your happiness. Bye for now. Just a little bit of a flower update. We've got gladioluses are up and looking beautiful. They'll be sending their flowers shoot up really soon. And we have a bunch of marigolds started. I love marigolds. They're so easy to start. And over here, we have the herb bed that I started. I have it in, and we have herbs started growing. Popped a tomato in the ground. So right here, we have some oregano right here. And we have basil right here. Then we have some catnip. And then in the bigger one out here, we have chives and garlic chives. The cilantro is doing awesome. And a lot of these others haven't come up yet, but we have parsley here, and then sage, some thyme right here, and peppermint. And we have a weed growing in this one. This one is parsley. And I do see a few little sprouts finally coming up from that one. And right here we put some dill. But, oh, look at that. Love it. And then in between this bed and my bird bath right here, I put some rosemary in. So I can make, not only cook with that, but I can also make smudge sticks with it. And rosemary will grow year round down here. And then of course over here we have the beautiful blooming sweet wilhelmina and more gladioluses. They were my grandmother's favorite flower, so I have a lot of them, as my grandma was my favorite person in the whole world. And I have something living in my flower bed. Don't know if you guys can see it, but right here, there is a gopher hole. So I'll have to take care of that. And of course, we have more marigolds, and there's some that came on the outside here. There's a bunch of marigolds in the middle there. Now my azalea bush has already bloomed, so it's done for now. Right here, I have hibiscus, I believe that's what's coming up there. At least that's what was there last year, so it should be coming back. And in here, none of the seeds that I planted actually took off, but I do have one lonely little strawberry plant there. And my fig bush is looking amazing. Hoping to get some figs from that this year. And then underneath the tree, we have sweet wilhelmina blooming. Now we did clean up the magnolia tree a good bit because there is a power line up there, and the branches were going to end up getting cut off by the power company, and they murder my tree when they come out. So we came out and did a bunch of pruning back. Some of what is still out on this side over here, I'm going to attempt to dig up and transplant. Now, I don't know if I will have success with that, but I do want to attempt it because I really do enjoy the scent of the magnolia flower. And I would really like to have a couple more magnolia trees because they're beautiful and they stay green year round. So it would be nice to have a few more in the yard, as we do have plenty of property to have stuff planted up. And then we have a elephant ear. Let's see if we can find him right here. It's coming up over here. And then I gotta clean these all out. But we have 2 elephant ears right here. That's this beautiful big leaf right here. Uh-oh, my battery's getting dead. And then up on the porch, we have a few of my bonsais, which have gotten way out of control, and I just let them do whatever they want. These big pokey ones right here, those are pineapple plants. All of them except for one was actually just cut off the top of a pineapple and re-rooted. Right here is my banana tree. And that's what we got for today. Thank you for joining us. I hope that you are crafting your happiness. Until next time, bye for now.